What's up, guys? There is going to be a new dragon update, so we're gonna go ahead and test out the brand new Roblox Blox Fruits dragon revamp. There is gonna be two versions of this. There is going to be the western version and the eastern version of the dragon. So we're gonna go and give this a test. Before we start, guys, I really want to go ahead and do a dragon giveaway. So if you guys want to get a dragon fruits giveaway, make sure you guys comment down below dragon in the comment section below. I will be picking 5 or 10 winner for this dragon fruits. All right, but let's go over here and let me showcasing the dragon fruits. All right, so now let's go ahead and just do some showcases. All right, so this is the Z ability on the dragon fruits. Boom, just like that. Let me tell this guy to turn on PvP so you guys can go ahead and tell how many damage it does. But let's go ahead and do Z. Here we go. That is going to be 1,700 damage. And by the way, I am using the West version of the dragon right now. Later on, I will show you guys the East version. So if you guys go over here and use X, this is what X looks like. It just kind of slammed them into the wall and it does 1,900 damage. The C ability is what my favorite here, because when you guys go up, you guys can click C and that does that little, oh wow, that looks very, very nice. I'm getting about 2,000 damage from it. If you guys go over here and just like aim straight at the avatar, you're probably gonna get a little bit more than 2,000 damage. All right, so let's try that right now. Here we go, just like this right here. And yep, 2,500 damage. And this is going to be the F ability before I transform. All right, so this right here is going to be the F. You guys can use it to fly. And when you guys fly down, it would do that little, like fire flick. And when you hit the player, it also does damage as well. However, you guys can see here, my furry meter is not full yet, but you guys can use the hybrid versions of the dragon. So you guys click V, and as soon as you guys click V, it will do, it's kind of make your avatar a little bit larger, just like the Buddha. And then you guys can go ahead and use your normal fighting style as well, like use your melee or god human, just a little bit stronger compared to the normal version of you. Like, just to compare the size, bro, like they're so small right now, because yeah, this hybrid version is very, very nice. All right, let me go down here and I'm gonna go ahead and transform. All right, so keep in mind, guys, this is the West versions, and later on, I will show you guys the East versions. All right, so let's go over here, and let's go ahead and transform right now. Here we go. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. That is so cool, dude. And the thing about this is you guys can actually M1. So look at that. Like that guy's here. I can literally M1 and hold it and do so much damage here as well. So yeah, right there. So cool. This is the X ability. All right, so when you guys use X, it's gonna do this car right here. That is looking very nice with 2,000 damage. Oh, wow, look at that. That's the West version, which is the version we're gonna go and check it out later. That is so cool, dude. All right, here we go. But this is the Z ability. When you guys use the Z ability, it's just gonna do that boom effect. And there is the animation here and everything. All right, next up is going to be C ability. All right, so when you guys use C ability, look at that. Oh man, that is crazy right now. 2,000 damage right there. But the F ability is just, kind of similar to the other one that we use. All right, it's just flying into them and knock them to the sky. So that is gonna be the West versions of the dragon. So now let's go over here and let's turn this into East. And this is gonna be the East versions of the dragons. So now this version also have the hybrid versions. All right, so you guys click V. It's just gonna make your avatar pretty very big compared to the normal size. All right, and then you do more damage as well. And now the furry is up. Let's go ahead and use the transformation meter right now. All right, here we go. This is going to be East versions of the dragon. All right, just like this. Oh my god, guys, that is so cool. And this yeah, that is so nice. So that is the West versions, and I'm using the East version right now, and you guys can kind of tell like the differences. This one is also can do like fire effect here too. So when you guys use fire effect, it does that. So for the Z ability, it's gonna be like the shooting ability where you guys can shoot on a player like that, just one shot. And then the X ability is gonna be the spinning ability and smack down. All right, so let's say if somebody's over here right now, I can just like fly over them and use my X ability. Spin, smackdown, 2000 damage. And you guys are not ready for the C ability, guys. The C ability is so cool. Look at this. Here we go. Oh my god. You can also hold down your C ability. So let's go over here and hold out my C ability. All right. So when you guys hold it down, it's gonna look something like this in the game. Here we go. All right, just like this, guys. Oh yes. Boom. All right, so it's kind of like a new little spinning thing, and then, you know, smack down. And the F ability on the dragon is just basically fly, all right, into the you know, player and smack them with the tails. All right, so if you guys do X and C, it's gonna look something like this. So after you guys use your X, just hold your C, and it's gonna look something like this. Oh yes. For the dragons right there. Boom. And that is gonna be the West versions of the transformations. So you guys can see here, this is the dragon talent. All right, this is the Z move. All right, let me go and show you guys the combo first, and then I will show you how to get it. All right, so that's the Z move right there. Very, very nice. This is going to be an X move. All right, so when they use a dragon talent, there you go, just like that, knock you to the sky a little bit, and it does so much damage. This is the fly move, where you guys can actually see here, it turns into a dragon's, and it actually knocks you down with the most damage. That is gonna be the X move. And this is gonna be the C move, where it turns all the way to the sky and it knocks you down. Boom, just like that. The fun thing about the dragon talent is when you guys are about to die, it's also have an animation effect with the Q move. All right, so this is the Q move right here. So when you guys about to go oof, boom, just like that, it does the little animation effect. Okay, I'm not died yet. Oh, hold on. I guess we tried that again. Okay. All right, and this is the Q move. Okay, and boom, just like that. That is so cool animations. So if you guys go over here into this building, you guys can go ahead and get the dragon talent. All right, so just fly over here, use your dragon to fly, or you can just walk over here. You should see a dragon building. All right, it's called Dragon Dojo. And in order to get this, you may have to go ahead and get level 600 on your dragon talent. So it's a young dragon. I only teach students who have finished the learning over everything which this dojo has to offer. So basically, just get max level of your dragon talent and then talk to this guy, dojo trainer. So I have a lot of work to do here to get up to 600 level, but this building is very, very nice. So you guys can see like the lighting, the effect, the fire, everything is so cool. There's another thing here. If you guys have the classic, you guys can also convert it or equip it. To convert, you get fruits for free. You get some game pass, some sword man. If you guys don't have a sword yet, you guys can go ahead and convert your dragons to some game pass. But with that being said, guys, that's everything you need to know for the dragon fruits. But I'm gonna go ahead and do some more video on how to do V4 dragons, how to get the dragon island, how to get everything in the game, the new guns, and everything that you need to know in the next video. So if you guys have not yet already, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe if you guys have not yet already, and I will see you guys in the next video, because this was epic.